All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Everyday Upland. I have to apologize about yesterday. I had some family things that I had to deal with, so I was unable to come on last night to do another live. But here today is the perfect day to do something because guess what? Upland has released a part of its collection. And I'm gonna get straight to the point. As you see me here on East Charleston Boulevard, well, East Charleston Boulevard is not a collection. This all brings me back to what I said 2 videos ago about how about how the whole delay, that half an hour delay, really screwed me because Fremont Avenue or Boulevard or Street, that was a collection. And due to the fact that I had to reset my guy and where I had bought a property, half an hour wasn't enough time for me to get back to Fremont so I can purchase those properties on Fremont. I'm unable, I was unable to purchase anything there. And then I ended up minting one property on was it Charleston Boulevard and East Charleston Boulevard, and I bought two additional properties thinking that it would have been collections. But now it's not. I'm okay with that. There's always that chance of it not working out for you or yeah, just not working out. But it's okay because I think they only release a small amount. Let me check again because I did right. Give me one sec. Yeah, they only released a small amount of their collections. I think in total they released one, two, three, four neighborhoods, two streets, and a custom which is gonna be a curator by Upland. So they did say between 14 and I think 20 properties that they'll be doing. So you know that Upland will be expanding Las Vegas to other areas. I'm not gonna guess. I'm just gonna wait until Upland does whatever they do and pick whichever area they have because my speculations are really off. So from now on, I think right now, anyways, I'm just gonna hold off on any speculation on where are gonna be collections and stuff like that. So what I have to go and try and do now is try and figure out how Upland picks locations to be collections so I could be better at picking collections in this game because I find it weird that Upland some of the collections Upland pick, they only pick two streets, right? And there's so many more major streets. There's so many more streets with named properties on them, and I guess except for Las Vegas Boulevard, which is a really long street, Fremont, which is a shorter street, they picked that one. So they picked a long street and a short street. So I'm not going to be selling the properties that I have in Las Vegas. I'm actually back in Las Vegas right now. I was hoping to get to Rancho Oki just so I could see if I could mint some properties. But after the release, everything kind of went up and everybody pretty much minted out every property. So right now I'm just holding. Maybe another time I can try and sell some of these properties that I have. I didn't really overpay for Charleston Boulevard. I think I still got them at a fair price because Las Vegas is not cheap. So I find, anyways, they're not cheap. So, but that's okay. So at the end of the day, Upland is the one that chooses how it all goes and how it all works. So, hey, Upland for life, man. Hey, I don't know if you tried to come on yesterday, but I wasn't on. Obviously, you know that. I had some family thing that I had to do that I couldn't pass on. My daughters weren't feeling the greatest, so I had to go and take them and get them some medicines and stuff like that. And I was out for a while. But anyways, man, how did you do in the collection release? Because not one of my properties, and I don't have too many, as you see. Let me zoom out. Oh, where did I go? Right here. Let me zoom out. I only have like four. Yeah, so two there or three there and one here. So only four properties I have in Vegas right now, and I don't know if I'll be buying any more right now. I'm gonna wait and see which areas they do release. There's some nice luxury homes in other parts of Vegas that I may be more interested in purchasing because now Upland is talking about residency, voting, and bringing democracy to the game. My view on democracy is not is not a positive view, only because I find that it doesn't work, right? Because imagine this, right? The people can tell you what kind of colors you can have in neighborhood if you can build a property in a neighborhood. So imagine you're playing the game, yes, to have fun, whatever it is. You're a part of a node, but you're not really involved in the node. You don't really take part in a lot of the communications and stuff like that. And things happen behind the scenes, and you're not really apt to it or anything like that. And then you go and try and build a structure, and those guys in the community are like, well, because you don't participate in our community chats, we don't want you to build anything here. Okay, we don't want you to be a part of our community, and then that stops you from building. Which the game, I don't feel should be. Not that I don't feel, I don't think should be done by this voting and people having a say in what you can and can't do. All right. I'm not for that. I don't think that's a good idea. There's going to be everything that happened today in democracy is all the things that are going to happen in Upland. Okay. And I'm not even cool with that being brought into the game. I thought that should have been something that should have been kept out of the game. The voting and stuff, you shouldn't be voting on what people do. I thought this was for you to come in the game and build how you want to build and stuff like that. But now, instead of you being an individual player in the game, it's all group, right? Group think, group everything. You got to go along with the group. And if you don't go along with the group, they can kick you out. I'm not really cool with that, but whatever. That's how Upland wants to do their thing. Let them do it that way. Um, when it comes to the residency part of the game, I'm really considering where I'm going to go. Um, I'm not gonna say right now what I'm thinking or which areas because I had originally planned to be um, in a certain city in a certain neighborhood, but things have changed for me. My mind has shifted to do else or do something else. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to really sit down and think about this since this is gonna be a part of this is gonna be how the game is gonna be going. I don't know when that democracy part of it is coming into the game with the voting and all that stuff, but for now, I will just see how it goes and I'll play along until I can't play along anymore. So, but yeah, so yeah, that's the thing that really like kind of bothered me today and makes me want to reconsider a lot of things about this game is the fact that they're bringing this part of real life to a game that at first I never thought would never not for 1 second thought would be a part of the game. But anyways, Upland still is going to be expanding Vegas, and there will be more collections coming out. Hopefully, this time when I do go out there and I do mint a few properties, I can hit a few collections. I just bit my tongue. I can hit a few collections. If not, then it's just gonna be like how the main area in Vegas end up turning out. So like at the end of the day, that's what it is, man. Upland, I don't know, man. Like, like sometimes like I feel like watching their whole AMA over again and stuff like that to see if I can get some additional content. But when I heard this whole vote in and people can vote on this and vote on that, I'm just like, wow. One, it's time consuming. To me, I play this game for fun and to probably possibly make more money than I put into the game. If I break even, I'm happy. If I make more money, I'm happy. Two, I play this game because of the stability of the UPEX currency in the game, and it's something that I enjoy doing. But bringing this voting part to the game for me is taking a lot of enjoyment out of the game. Like I said, it's very time consuming to be now. You got to pay attention to all the things that are happening in the world, and then when you come in this game, you have to pay attention to all the things that your neighborhood, your community, um, is talking about. I think that's too much, man. Like that is way too much. The stuff happening outside of the game are way more important than what happens in the game. A lot of people play this game so they can kind of escape. It's a escapism, right? But now you can't really escape. You leave the real world and go into the digital world, and it's no different on one point, no different than the real world. And to me, that's kind of I'm not really a fan of that. But Upland, they make the decisions, and this is what they're bringing into the game. But there's a lot of properties that I have. This is why I've been building up, because I did hear before they kind of expanded on picking a location. That's why I kind of started building some of the structures that I did and on the properties that I have built because of the fact that I can pick a location to be my main location. At first, when I came in the game, I said I was going to make my very first time in the game, I was gonna make somewhere in Cleveland my home because I'd bought some really nice looking properties in Cleveland. I've bought some really nice looking properties in Queens. And where else? I think those are the two main areas that I had some really nice looking properties. I have this nice I guess you would call it like a playground or a park where there's a lot of graffiti in Detroit. I may actually build a structure on that and have that as a part of the feature about that structure. But I don't believe, to be honest, that I will be picking one location. I'll be moving from location to location. I know there's a cool down period. I've heard them talking about between when you can and when you can't vote. But at the same time, sometimes you want change. This is why a lot of people buy properties in different cities. They want something new, they want to change. So imagine now they're trying to attach you to one part of the game. There's what, maybe 19 to 20 cities that have been released so far in the game, and then they want you to pick one location out of the hundreds of properties a lot of people have purchased. Like for example, Abdullah has like 15,000 properties, over 15,000, probably almost 16,000 now. See if I can zoom out and find him and get the exact amount of properties he has. Right? So I don't know how that's really going to work. I don't know if people are actually going to settle down to here he is. Right? So he has 15,712 properties. Imagine him trying to pick one for his home. This is what I mean. Like, how much sense does that make? Like, I can't see an Abdullah picking one unless he's bought like the most luxurious landmark that's ever been in all 19 cities have been in the game, and then he picks that landmark as his home location. That's the only way I can see that. But with 15,000, almost 16,000 properties, where in that can he go through and pick one location when he's got properties everywhere, right? And they're all nice, I'm sure, because he spent some good money in this game and bought up some really nice properties, some really nice landmarks. So this whole residency thing is it's all right, but to me, I don't know if I will even really go along with that because I change city to city. I go all about, move all around. So why couldn't we just have one residence in each city instead of just one? Because there's 19 different neighbor cities that are approximately 19 cities that have been released, and having just one sucks, really does. But once again, Upland's game. This is how they're gonna play it. Hey, I just have to go along to get along until I decide, okay, I'm not dealing with that anymore. Because that's end up what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna really stick to one location. I'm just gonna continue to build my structures and then I'll just move about from city to city. I could care less about the whole voting thing. That is not really important to me. It's great that they want this to be a part of the game for whoever that benefits, but to be a part of areas um that people can tell you what you can and can't do kind of sucks. Because like imagine ornaments haven't come out yet, they haven't started manufacturing ornaments, and something as simple as ornaments is what people are going to tell you which one you can and can't put on your property that you put money into the game, bought upix and purchased with upix. Does that make sense? Well, I guess it makes sense in the real world, but why should it be in the virtual world? The virtual world was supposed to be kind of different, but it's turning out to be the exact same. And the same problems that we have in the real world, we're going to have in the virtual world because this new input of whatever it is that Upland or however they came up with this idea is just really not something I like about this game right now. I'm not really gonna really go by it. I'm gonna build my structures wherever I feel like. If I'm in some node or whatever it is and people disapprove of whatever structure it is that I have or whatever ornaments that I have, I'll just sell it. Just get rid of it, right? If I can't, if I can build a home on there and then they tell me, oh, you can't do this and do that and do this and do that, um it's going to be like, oh, okay, well, why would I want to be a part of this node if that's how you guys run your node? Like, I understand they want it all to look the same and uniform. No, why should it be the same and uniform? Like, we already have limited structures in the build in the game anyway, so it's not like there's 100 different styles and then you can pick from all 100 different styles of structures and build it in the game. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. Like I think there's what six different styles, and if you don't have a certain amount of upix, it only makes sense for you to build a certain style of structure. So I don't know. I'm not really in agreement with that. I kind of I don't know. I don't know if I should talk. I don't know. I don't know what to do when it comes to that because I just don't like that whole idea. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. Here's Abdullah, man. Good luck to him because he's gonna have the biggest challenge of them all, right? Because he's got a ton of properties everywhere. Let's see how big this property. Look at this. Look at the size of this, right? Let's see if there's a street view. Oh, this looks like a what is it, a prison or a school? It's like a prison. Yeah, it could be a prison. All right. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna see what really happens here in this game. We'll see what happens further on down in the game in a couple of weeks when they start bringing in all these things. I don't know of anyone else who really disagree. I haven't heard much on it, so I'm just gonna wait and see. Hopefully, I'm gonna be watching other YouTubers to see their point of view on this and see how many of them kind of agrees with what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, that it really sucks. You got one location, and most likely the cooldown period is going to be like 2 weeks to a month. What is that? That's what I believe it will be, but I'm not going to speculate because I don't know. I'm not a part of the team. I'm not close with anyone on the team. I don't really ask questions about what they plan to do in the game, but mm, I don't like the direction it's going. Upland for life. What's going on, man? You're here. You're here. Going on. Yeah. So that's how I see things right now. Like I'm not really for that. But I'm excited for ornaments to come into the game. I'm excited for more cars to be produced and to be available for us to purchase. A lot of people have been advertising on Twitter of the cars that they've purchased and showing the stats and all of the stuff. The stats on the cars, other than it being fast, it's pretty crappy. You're paying 800 between 400 to 800,000 UPEX, and if you go into a race and you screw up on a corner, you could literally destroy that vehicle that you paid 800,000 for. And I wonder how much it's gonna cost to repair it. You know, Upland, you gotta do better with these cars, man. These cars need to be more durable and more what's the other one? Durable and reliable, right? You're gonna spend 800,000. The car is not really that reliable, and then the car is not that durable. What's the point of spending 800,000? That doesn't make any sense. But in Upland, it does, right? They're getting a ton of money for this, whatever. And also, I think is next week Monday is Spark Week. So if you guys want to take part in that. Spark Week is next week. I don't think I'll be taking part in this one. I'm going to skip this one. Right now, I have a good amount of UPIX already. My goal right now is to get my net worth up. So I guess I have to start selling off some properties so I can get my net worth up. And during Spark Week, I can level up from a director to an executive and get my spark that way. We'll see how it goes. But right now, this Spark Week is gonna miss me completely. I got other things going on outside in the real world that I want to pay a lot more attention to in the game. So, like, not this month, but next month, there's gonna be a lot of gaps between some of my videos because I have events that I will be participating in. I have other things that I'll be out of the country and doing. So I'm gonna be missing a lot in July. The kids are out of school, so I gotta entertain them and keep them busy. So whatever is going on in Upland, I probably won't be hip to it because I necessarily don't really go into Discord all that much. I will now. I'm actually trying to go on it a little bit more, and check in on the various nodes. I gotta find some other nodes to be a part of as well. I'm not just gonna just do one node. There's other nodes that I have structures in, so I mean have properties, so I'll be building on those and taking part in that. My mind has changed a lot in the last 2 days. Um, I'm kind of on a different path with this game right now. We'll see where that path leads, and you guys will see as I go along in the game. But right now, I don't like the fact that Upland is bringing in this voting crap, and you got to pick one location and all of that, and then the whole 14 to 20 collections, and they only come out with like streets and like four neighborhoods. Like, well, what's gonna happen when you expand, right? Some of these cities are neighborhoods or these other cities, right? You're gonna tell me some of these streets, for example, Charleston Street goes through Summerlin, I think it's South Summerlin in Vegas, and Summerlin is one of the hottest locations in Henderson. And I think Sahara goes through Henderson. So, you know, let me see. Let's see here. What is it? Where's Henderson? Okay, no, nothing really goes through Henderson. From Vegas, there's this highway that goes through Henderson. But that's it. But when you go here now to Summerlin, you have Summerlin Parkway, you have West Charleston that goes through South Summerlin. I think this is South Summerlin up here. You have Desert Inn that goes through Summerlin. Um, and I think Flamingo, I'm not 100% on that. Um, so there's quite a bit of streets here. Sahara goes through there. There's quite a bit of street, and Sahara wasn't a uh, a collection. And my idea was that it would have been a collection because it goes through Summerlin, even though Summerlin wasn't a part of Las Vegas at the time. But I figured they still would have because it goes through Summerlin, and Summerlin is a hot, nice, beautiful part of Vegas. And I thought that, that's why I thought Charleston Boulevard as well, because they go through Summerlin. But I was wrong in Desert Inn. These three, I thought um for sure are going to be a part of the collection, but I was wrong on that. So this is why um I don't plan on really what's it called of making any predictions. I got to really sit down and try and figure out how they pick their collections. What is it that they look for? What are the criterias? And if I can somehow figure that out, or maybe I got to ask them directly. If I can figure that out somehow, then that would probably help me in picking better collections or be better speculative at picking collections. But for now, no, not too good at it. But at the end of the day, that's how it's good. Oh, yeah, at work. Okay, no problem, man. Even thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. If you're able to, let me know how you did during the collections. If you were able to get some nice locations, or if you're able to get any of the collections. I mean, not nice locations, but yeah. So yeah, but if you got the time, if not, then do your work, man. I'm about to jump out of this anyways because it's about half an hour. That's pretty good, I feel, since since I missed yesterday. But I'm sure there wasn't much going on yesterday. I would have just been talking about collections being released today. So today is the perfect day to come back and have some good subjects to talk about in this game. And like I said, man, this game is going in a direction that I don't know. I don't know what they're doing because the whole voting thing only works for the people that are in control. Let's put it that way. So whoever is the king of that neighborhood dictates everything. And that I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, guys, thank you, Upland for Life, for coming in. I know you say you're working. Thank you for taking the time out to view my live. Everyone else, please like, subscribe, and share. And if there's anything I miss, your view on this whole voting thing, please leave something in the comments. And let me know what you feel about this whole voting and picking one location to be your home. Like, I really want to know where you guys stand on this. Because to me, why buy so many properties in all these different city releases just to pick one? If that was the case, you would have just kind of searched and searched and searched and searched and searched until you find that one that you wouldn't mind being your home, and you just buy that one. You invest all your money into that one, and probably a couple other ones, but you wouldn't have 100 or 15,000, 16,000 properties in the game, right? So I don't know. I don't know. That's just how I see it, and that's how I think about the game. So, anyways, guys, let me know. Please leave a comment down below, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, y'all. Hey, Upland for life. See you, man. See you tomorrow.